Thank you for listening to this podcast from TRE, Talk Radio Europe, your voice in Spain and around the world. For more information, please visit tre.radio.
The Lifestyle Show.
Selina MacKenzie.
Animal Talk. Presented by Selina MacKenzie.
This is indeed Animal Talk, our panel show for the next hour about animals. We have our three lovely guests. Welcome to our vet, Nazli van den Kieboom, who's basically a doctor but with more fur, less respect and occasional bites.
Hello, everyone.
Kay Millington, our cat expert, which means we're about to learn why we are all actually living in our cats' homes, not the other way around. Welcome.
Hello.
And are you ready for this, Elise?
I am.
Elise Dunweber, our dog rescuer, who spends her life saving dogs and immediately being emotionally blackmailed into keeping all of them.
Very true.
Welcome to the show, ladies. Okie dokie, let's get this show on the road. What's that, Kay?
Animal Talk.
It's a pussycat.
It is a pussycat.
Too easy. That was easy.
It was an easy one, wasn't it? So if our listeners want to get in touch, ask our experts any questions or just have your say, here's how to do so.
To contact TRE, please call 952 78 4000. Email studio@tre.radio. Send us a WhatsApp on +34 645 99 67 95.
Now, we have lots to talk about today, but I'm going to start because somebody messaged me earlier on, Kay, with a email that came through for you, and it's from Ava in Manilva. And Ava says, my cat stares at a blank wall for long periods of time. There are no books, no shadows, there is nothing there. Should I be concerned, or is he seeing something I'm not?
Well, hi Ava, that could be various things. I mean, you could go two ways about this. Obviously, it's always good to check how he's doing with the vets, because sometimes cats, as you can help me with this one, Nazli, but they can have neurological problems and other problems which can cause them staring. A lot of the time you find that they're actually leaning against the wall. I'm not sure if he's leaning against the wall, Ava, or just actually looking at the wall. But I would, just to make sure, double check that everything's okay. Would you agree, Nazli?
Absolutely. And what would be checked is his neurological functions, his eyesight, and his blood pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so best that she takes him to her.
Yeah,
but also would like to say, though, on the other side of things, because I'm a bit sort of I like to look at other ways. I think cats and dogs can see things that we can't see. I definitely. I sadly lost my cat boy 2 weeks ago, and my cats have been staring at the place that he sleeps constantly, and moving their eyes around and looking. And I do think sometimes that, they do see things that we don't see, whether it's spirits or whether they can actually see something or just feel something. So, I do think also, cats and dogs and animals in general.
Yeah, we're always so focused on seeing things. And not so much into feeling things.
There's different energies about, aren't there? Yeah, for sure. And animals are intuitive, which we were talking about in the first interview. Well, Ava in Manilva, I hope that helps. Maybe just get your lovely cat checked out to be on the safe side. Now, I want to go straight on to our AAA Dog of the Week, because then there are some other lovely doggies that need help as well. So from AAA, they said this week we have Hera, who is 4 years old, an absolutely beautiful and gorgeous silver, small-built kind of staffy. She's a clever girl who, whilst in a little need of human world education, is a very quick learner. She'd be a great companion for an energetic human who loves to go hiking. You can see her in action by going to their website, AAAmarbella.org, and putting in her reference number 30880. Now, Elise, you wanted to mention Lucky as well.
Yes. So Kay and I have been discussing this a lot recently. People need to really consider making provisions for their animals in the event of an unforeseen circumstance, such as a family death. And many people don't think about this, and it's terribly sad because we've had several cases that have come to us recently whereby a member of the family has died and no provision has been made for the dog, and the rest of the family are not interested, simply don't want the animal, it's a nuisance, and they've just dumped it on us to deal with. And it's so sad. One of the dogs, Lucky, and the family were very supportive in this case, I have to say. But the rest of the family live in the UK, couldn't get to Spain. One of them was bound by visa problems. So a friend looked after the dog. The dog had actually seen his owner die, and he was traumatised by this. And we got an emergency foster for him, very experienced lady, but she had got a pack of dogs already. And Lucky is an only dog. He's only ever been just himself and his previous owner, and he doesn't understand the hierarchy of a pack. And this lady really did try, but it just didn't work. He needs to be with a family where there's just one person, or the only dog in the family, shall we say, in order to adapt and readjust and get over his grief. But we've had several cases like this, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. The dog doesn't know what's going on.
No, it's very sad.
Can't explain it to them.
So, you'd do it for a child, wouldn't you? Make provisions for a child.
I mean, sometimes things happen so fast also in defence of some families, or if they're not in the country or whatever, that, they don't have time to organise things. But Oakley, there was three Labradors that me and Elise are helping at the moment. Two of them have fortunately found a home, and Oakley, who's a 10-year-old, very energetic, very friendly, cuddly Labrador, is now looking for a home, and unfortunately their owner died, but the family are living in America, so it's a difficult situation when you're so far away to try and organise things, and it all happens so quickly. So we would love to find a home for him.
A young dog or an older dog?
So he's 10 years old, but for a 10-year-old, fantastic. He's in great condition. He gets on with other dogs. He's friendly. He's cuddly. He has got the typical Labrador. He can be overexcited in the beginning, but once he's settled, he's good on the lead. He's quite strong. But for someone who's experienced with this breed or with bigger dogs, he would be a fantastic, especially a companion for another large dog would be good, because obviously when he's playing, he's a big boy, so it'd be nice for him to have another friend, because his two brothers, which are not his real brothers, they've always been together. I rescued them about 8 years ago from the pound, so I've had to keep them two together, and we've tried, haven't we, Elise, to get them all together in a home, but it's impossible, to be quite honest, to get a home for 3 Labradors together, especially when people that are doggy people might already have 1 or 2 already. So
and especially
it's difficult. That age,
a lot of people, they think about an old dog and they think, health conditions, medical expenses, they think about that sort of thing. So if we can find a lovely adopter who looks beyond that and just wants to give this dog sanctuary in his latter life and a comfortable last few years, that would be wonderful.
So is Lucky one of the Labradors?
No, Lucky's a very small dog, actually. If you look at our website, aimsanctuary.org, you'll find Lucky on there. He's currently at the sanctuary because he just wasn't working with the foster family and the other dogs, and it was just being detrimental to his development. So he's at the sanctuary now. He's very happy, but he's a lovely dog. He's house trained, walks well on the lead, playful little soul, loves to cuddle up on the sofa. He's so sweet, and we're amazed that nobody has come forward. So wherever you're listening, if you'd like to adopt a small dog, he's under 10 kilos. We often get asked for small dogs. He is a perfect little companion, providing you don't have other dogs, because he doesn't respond well to pack mentality. He gets on well with other dogs if he sees them in the street, or there's no malice there, but he's connected with one human. He's resource protective in terms of his human protective. He wants to be a one dog family. Yes.
Well, as I always say, get in touch, even if you want to have a think about it and it's after 4 o'clock. If you can WhatsApp 645 99 67 95, then Hannah will pass it on to me. So we've got Hera, we've got Lucky, and we've got Oakley, but also the other 2 Labradors as well.
So the other 2 Labradors are now going to be going into a long-term foster. That'll be for the rest of their life, but of course they'll be supported by us as well to make sure that, you know, in their old age, that if anything happens, we're going to be there for the family. They only came to adopt one dog, which was Oakley, and they actually fell in love with the two brothers. So it is unfortunate. However, they couldn't take all three, so we're going to make sure that the two boys have got a lovely home, and hopefully Oakley will get another lovely home soon.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Thank you.
Got everything crossed. Now, I want to go on to a subject which I'm going to start. Well, you can explain to us, Elise, but I know we all know about it. I do want to say I'm going to put a warning triangle out there, because this can be very upsetting what you're about to hear. And if you have small children in the car, if you want to turn the radio down, whilst I wouldn't normally say please turn me down, because that wouldn't be good, but it is going to be quite upsetting. However, it's a very important message to get across. So we're going to be talking about the wild boar, Elise.
Yes, so many people across our community and beyond will have seen footage on social media, which has been widely circulated now, thankfully, of an individual, a man, grabbing hold of wild boar piglets, wrenching them away from their mother, aggressively catching them with a net and forcing them into his vehicle. They were visibly very, very upset and being pulled away from their mother, who was also upset. The squealing and the shrieking you can hear in this video is just gut-wrenching.
It's gut-wrenching.
And heartbreaking. And it was also alleged, although not seen on the video, that this gentleman was then beating them with a weapon of some description. We don't know where this man, well, there's speculation about where he's come from, but we're not at liberty to discuss that because it's not proven fact at this point. However, we've written an open letter to the Ayuntamiento, which can be seen online, asking for some accountability and responsibility for this, because this is not the way forward to tackle the wild boar problem. Yes, there's a huge wild boar problem here, as there are in many areas across Europe, but there are other ways to tackle this problem, and at AIMS, especially in our animal-loving community, we are all about finding humane solutions, and this is not the way.
No.
This is violent, this is suffering, this is cruelty, absolutely abhorrent, barbaric behaviour, and the video is, like you say, it does need a warning on if you're...
Yeah, it's just not acceptable. And I mean, I go to bed at night since I've seen that video, and it gives me nightmares about, because you see them, they're so peaceful. No, I'm saying they're so peaceful when you see them in the natural environment.
Yeah, there's no
with the babies, and of course, we've always said it. We've said it on shows before. Exactly. You don't approach them.
No. The thing is, they're not just aggressive by nature unless they feel threatened, like lots of other wild species.
Yeah, not just pigs.
You see them walking around urbanisations quite peacefully, quite calmly. They're just looking for food because mankind has destroyed their natural habitat. So they come down further and further into residential areas. And, my own dog was attacked by a wild boar, but, this was nature, how it works.
You still wouldn't do what this man's doing.
No, not at all. He disturbed an area where a wild boar was. The wild boar told him off, and he scarpered. And they are only dangerous when approached or, messed with. But they're very intelligent animals, Selina. They really are.
Super intelligent.
Should be respected. And we must find a humane way. And there are ways, which we were discussing previously, to tackle this issue. And we've alluded to this in our open letter to the authorities, because seeing such violence, it is just... appalling, absolutely appalling.
Yeah. Well, keep us posted. Keep us posted on. Hopefully, you'll get a reply. But it's shocking and it's wrong and not good at all. Nasli, these processionary little monkey caterpillars, are they still around?
Very few. There's still a couple.
Good.
But it's been a whole week now that I haven't seen any cases.
That's
good. Very
news.
hopeful. But still, be careful.
Yeah.
How many? Just out of curiosity, can I ask Nasli how many cases that you've had coming into the vets with issues this year?
We've had, because it started quite late. But about 10.
Gosh. Yeah. And can you describe the severity of the reaction?
Most of them weren't too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were all in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them had already flushed the mouth themselves.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we do another flush with saline and give them the dexamethasone. Yeah, and actually all of them have been.
That's because they came on time.
Yes.
Because when it's too late, it's not ending that way, is it, really?
Yep.
So that's the most important thing for everyone to know. Just get straight to the vet, rinse it yourself, and straight to the vet.
Yeah. But that's good that there's been a few less cases, because hopefully the word's getting out there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that people know to flush.
People realise.
So important. Yeah.
So you what? You flush up their nose? What do you do?
Their mouth.
The mouth. Just flush the mouth with water.
What usually happens is not that the dog eats a caterpillar. They're not stupid.
No.
Yeah. But they sniff around. Yeah. The hair come on their nose. Then they lick their nose, which dogs do. Yeah. And then the whole thing starts. Mm-hmm. So if you're near to water, anywhere, jump in the river with your dog, flush his mouth. Yeah. Carry a bottle of water with you when you're in the mountains and make sure you can flush the mouth.
And then get straight to the vet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we'll take our first advert break. We are going to come back with the new changes in law. That'll be interesting.
Animal Talk, presented by Selina MacKenzie.
That's a donkey. They're a bit too easy today.
They are easy
We still need to get Archie on, don't we?
We do. And we need a capybara as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has calmed down, hasn't he, now?
Yes.
Now you're away.
Yeah, he's calmed down.
Hear your voice.
Well, now you've covered him with my scarf.
Yeah, but he's saying a lot. He's saying a lot more words now, which is really funny.
I
went to get some new tyres on Saturday, and he was with me, and the amount of people that I met through him, unbelievable, because he was chatting away to me in the waiting room, and there was two guys that I met that were waiting for their car, and they was absolutely astonished. He was actually speaking to me. He wasn't copying me. He was answering me.
That's
and they said, "Oh no, it's impossible." I said, "Listen, what's your name?" And he goes, "Archie." And they say it's incredible, but listen, it's not happening with every single parrot. It's taken 8 months.
I was just going to say to our listeners, for those that don't know, Kay's talking about her boyfriend.
No. He doesn't listen. The parrot does.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, we need to get him recording. He's our mascot, our Animal Talk mascot. Right, Nasli, from April the 22nd, the EU have tightened up. Is it tightened up? Are we there yet? What day is it today? Is it the 22nd today? I haven't got a clue.
28th, 28th already.
There you go. So last week, last week, the EU tightened up their pet travel rules.
Yes, it's been so that here in Spain, it should be the same in Europe everywhere, but I'm just talking from Spain, that if you have an NIE number, which you need here to buy a house, to buy a car, we could make a European passport for the dog or cat or ferret. So we've been doing that because it would avoid them when they travel back to the UK. To come back to Spain, they could use that European passport without getting a animal health certificate, which is a paper thing of like 10 pages with things, and it's quite costly. Yeah, but it's only been valid for 4 months. So literally, your travel and back. The UK has now decided that if you're not officially a citizen of Spain, so you are an UK citizen.
Does that mean you're not a resident here?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. If you're not a resident here, then you are not allowed to use the European passport to leave the UK.
Okay.
So all the people with this passport, they can go back, on that passport, but they won't be able to come back to Spain with the passport. They'll have to do the animal certificate.
Oh, I see.
Which is going to be difficult.
Now, we think that they're trying to either arrange some other paperwork or maybe a UK passport. And that's why they want to get rid of all these people that are not really Spanish and have that passport.
So is it, when you say residents, people with an NIE, there could be people with an NIE who are non-residents?
Exactly.
So they can
if you
they?
have a TIA, apparently.
So you're permanent resident.
Then you're a permanent resident.
Okay.
If you can also download a certificate to say that you pay taxes here, or deliver your Declaración de la Renta, which you get every year, that means that you are a resident here. You pay your taxes here.
So then you can
then you can still use.
So it's the people that, for example, there's people coming over in motorhomes for 3 months and things like that. They're the ones.
Exactly, the ones that have an apartment here, they can only come for 3 months. The dog can come for 4 months, but they can come for 3 months.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Okay.
Well, recently as well, when we've registered animals on the Raya, new adoptive families, we can't register now. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nasli, unless they've got an NIE. You can't register with your passport details anymore. It used to be that's your document. So wherever you come from in the world, your identification document number could go on the Raya as you're the owner of the dog. You can't do that anymore. It's got to be an NIE.
That's been, I think, a year or two now already.
But this is a problem for people that come on holiday for 3 months, then they lose the cat or the dog. They go to the vet
not registered.
to try and re-register it into the system here, because obviously if someone finds their animal, they're not going to be able to find the details, because obviously the vet's here. There is ways of doing it, but not the vet can't just pop up the details. So this is happening a lot. People are coming for a few months, losing the pet, going to the vets, trying to re-register to here in case someone finds, and obviously they can't do it because they don't have an NIE.
I think it is worth saying that good old-fashioned having a tag on your pet, nothing can beat that.
Even if it has got a chip.
With your dialing code if you're from another country, because that also happens often.
Yes.
You have to start guessing.
The times we've had people call us, we found a dog. Okay, we all have microchip readers, all of us in rescue, but not everybody has that or access to a system whereby you can check the owner. So it's so much easier if an animal has its identification number. You could just call up. Oh, it happens to be the neighbour's dog.
Just pop them over. Yeah, that's true. But that makes sure it's a secure system.
Yes.
Because if you rely only on that and they lose either the collar or the tag, then it's still no point.
Yeah. So has that come into force as of the 22nd of April? That came directly. So there's
normally
not really
with
much
changes. Normally with changes, you get like a period to adapt. This was the 22nd of April.
My goodness. Yeah, wow, right, okay. So hopefully everybody that it matters to has heard that. And apparently also, you see, I didn't realise this. I read an article where dog owners could face hefty fines if the dog goes without a lead. But apparently
this has always
been the case. I didn't know that.
Yes. Especially in public places.
I wonder how many other people didn't know that. Is it just me?
I'm always amazed that I hear of people like, I was walking on the beach and he was running around and doing whatever. You're not allowed on the beach. You have to keep him on the lead.
There are dog beaches, though, where dogs are allowed on a dog beach.
The most filthy, smallest beaches you can find.
Places to avoid.
But in general, for the safety for your own dog and you, I would always say it's better to have your dog on a lead. I know that, when people go walking into the campo and stuff, you can still come across problems if there's other people with their dogs off the lead, and then you're a little bit more secluded as well. If someone decides to take their dog for a walk off the lead and it's not great with other dogs, and you run into someone else who's also got a dog off the lead,
that's how fights happen.
This is when it happens, the problems. So
well, there's obviously as well, clearing up after your dog, which I think we all appreciate. But I remember probably about a year ago with you guys, Nasli and Kay, that there was talk about clearing up urine as well, or rinsing away urine. Is that
those are
that's in MIHAS at the moment.
Exactly, Ayuntamiento rules.
Yeah,
so they can say that you're obliged to water the pee of your dog.
You should. Really, if you're in a built-up area that's lots of people walking through and your dog pees, little spray with white vinegar, mix it with something else that smells nice, put a little bit of spray and the smell goes away.
Or even if you've just got a bottle of water, surely rinsing it. It's just to be courteous, really.
Yeah, it's just not everyone, obviously, not everyone likes animals, and they don't want to be walking past, especially in the summer, height of summer, and there's dog pee everywhere and it smells.
Maybe we can also tell some of the men not to pee in corners and against buildings.
You go to a multi-storey car park. I'm sorry, there's smell of human urine from men.
Can I just say, I saw a man walking his dog yesterday and having a wee at the same time.
Oh my God. The dog or the man?
Both of them. I nearly crashed my car. What's going on here? Come on, be a bit more respectful.
Right, we have just had quite a few. I think WhatsApp's just suddenly triggered in because we've had quite a few messages come in. So let's take another break and we'll be back on the other side.
Animal Talk, presented by Selina MacKenzie.
No, guinea pig. You're thinking.
Guinea pig?
Guinea pig. No.
Capybara?
No.
Oh, the dolphin.
No.
Oh.
Penguin.
We're not doing very well
You've
with
got
animals.
a vet and 2 animal experts. What are you like? I want to know.
Gerbil.
Rabbit.
Oh, nearly there.
I think it sounds very much like a capybara. I'm going to speak to Mary.
I did think that it sounded like a capybara.
Right, let's get on to these then. They've got rather a long one to start with. Let me just... I copied it, but I don't know who sent it in. Hang on a second. Anna. Okay, Anna, I'm going to just read this out as best I can. Hi, Selina and panel. Anna in Mallorca here. Hi, Anna in Mallorca. My lovely black cat Maggie, or Maggie, M-A-G-I, who I rescued almost 23 years ago. Wow. When she was just 2 weeks old, is having some sarrow, and then she put in brackets tartar issues on her back teeth, which is making eating not so pleasurable. Clearly, she's too old to have surgery, but has reacted well to Soliris she has injected, which helped her arthritis and eased the stiffness in her back legs. So she's... Oh, and it's obviously helping her painful teeth. So she's eating and drinking, which generates a healthy poop and pee daily. Is there any food that anyone can recommend that will be delicious to keep her eating well? I am devoted to my cat, and I will be devastated when her time comes, which probably won't be too far away. Oh, bless you. So I want to give her the best I can possibly give her while she's still here. Any suggestions, ladies?
Okay, well, let me start off with the injection bit.
Yeah.
And you can do the
Solensia.
food bit.
Okay.
Okay, she probably means Solensia. Solensia is an immune modulator drug for actually brought on the market for arthrosis with cats.
Okay, right.
The dog version is Librela. The cat version is Solensia. And what we've noticed that these cats that have some mouth problems recovered so well also with the Solensia that we can also use it only for that purpose. Yeah. If it is a question of only tartar on her teeth, sometimes it's possible with your finger to manually try to remove it. Yeah, if it's thick enough, you could just clack it off. If it's a question of an infection also, because of the tartar, then she would also need another injection, which is called Convenia, which is an antibiotic that works for a longer time.
Okay, that's good. So she can either try and scrape it off, but if the cat's Maggie is still in pain, then Convenia, you said. Yeah. She gets that from the vets.
Yeah.
Anna in Mallorca, I hope that helped. If it doesn't, ask us another question, not a problem. But wishing Maggie or Maggie the best. David in Los Beliches, what are the signs and symptoms of ringworm? I don't know whether that's for dogs or cats or...
I'm
dogs
an expert
and
on
cats.
ringworm.
Are you? He's an expert on ringworm.
I should be called ringworm, the walking ringworm.
Kate's had many fine examples of ringworm.
Yeah. In the strangest places, obviously, when you're holding kittens and obviously on your chest. Need I say no more? But anyway, Nancy, would you like to elaborate a little bit first, and I can tell my funny
ringworm?
where I've had it stories.
Is the Microsporidium catis or canis, but we see it most commonly in kittens. And it is especially, say the tourist that's here in the bikini, finds a little kitten, picks it up, holds it on her bare body, and, well, give it a couple of days and they are covered.
And does it go into human skin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You see a little girl coming in with all these, it's like always round. Yeah. It's a bit flaky on the inside and it has like a ring, reddish ring around it.
It's very distinct.
Quite noticeable, isn't it?
So that's the sign. What about the symptoms? Does it make the animal poorly?
Eventually it will.
As well.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully, David, that helped.
But not to alarm people. The thing is, when you hear of ringworm, and especially when people have got children and they might adopt an animal and then you have to tell them, to be careful. Yes, it is bad, but if you get it under control, I mean, it's not life-threatening.
Exactly.
It's just
very
annoying.
treatable.
It's annoying for the cats.
How do you get it under control, though?
So you can use special cream. Obviously, with the animals, they can take a liquid which is intrafungal. So it's basically a fungal. I always try to compare it to keep people a little bit calmer when they get it. When you go swimming and you go to swimming baths and you can catch things in swimming baths, okay?
Yeah.
It's not the same thing, but on the seriousness of it, I would say it's on a par with that. And it's treatable, and it's not the end of the world. Of course, we don't want to get it, but
it's not ideal.
When you've got a low immune system as a human and an animal, you're more likely to get it and it spread.
True.
Right. Well, hopefully I think that answered all your questions, David, but if not, let us know. Sal, please can Kay remind us about baby birds falling from trees? I'm glad she's asked that, because we found one in the garden the other day and Steve was like, I'm picking it up and putting it... I'm like, no, Kay says not to do that.
I've literally, if anyone wants to have a look on my Facebook page, Kay Millington, I've just posted yesterday or the day before my annual reminder about baby birds, because... a lot of people, they do ring me up and they want me to come and rescue these little birdies. But the thing is, at this moment, they're actually jumping out and learning to fly, which can take up to, it could take up to 2 weeks. Some of them are quick learners, but they're not injured. They will be able to fly eventually, but at the moment, they're with the parents and they're learning to fly. So please do not interfere with them unless, obviously... if they fall out and they're not feathered, then you need to get in touch. Also, they can get in touch with me and I can advise you there.
A video of
that's the best thing, really. That's what people normally do. But one thing I would like to say is I had a message from someone the other day who had found a baby pigeon. Now, this rule does not apply to pigeons and doves, because unfortunately when they fall out the nest, because they actually come out the nest quite late, once they're on the ground, the parents actually, they don't normally come down and help them, so they would need help, especially if you find a little fluffy one. Obviously, the best possible thing to do would be to get them back in the nest, but as we know, with pigeons and doves, they're sometimes in high places, sometimes not. But you can usually see where the nest is, because you can see, obviously, the poo on the floor. But unfortunately, I couldn't get there quick enough, and I got my tyre actually exploded. That's why I wasn't speeding. I got lost and tried to do a U-turn into the curb, trying to rescue this poor little pigeon, and unfortunately, I couldn't get there on time. So, but definitely all other birds, yes, please do your best to just not interfere. If they're injured, if they're not fully feathered, you can contact any veterinarian, even if they're not a specialist, will tell you who to contact. But if they're not injured and they're just learning to fly, please don't interfere with them, because these poor birds, they've been, sitting on these eggs and waiting for the babies to come, and then basically we're kidnapping them all.
So if they're feathered and could they be
They'll
wandering...
be jumping around. You'll normally see them jumping around on the ground, but they can't fly.
So but if they're on the ground, so you're leaving them, the mother will still feed them until they're ready to fly. Yeah. Okay.
So lovely.
Sometimes it's an awkward landing, but yes, they do.
Yes. And could it be days? Could they be walking around for days? And it doesn't matter.
It could be up to 2 weeks. But the post that I made, which I do post every year, it's, if anyone can share it, it's on my page, Kay Millington. It's quite easy to find my page.
Can you post it on Animal Talk by
I can
Selina?
post it, and I'd love you to share it for as many people as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
For these little birdies and their mummies.
So helpful.
It is very helpful and
Thank
very
you
important.
for asking that question.
Thank you, Sal. I was thinking the same. I don't know who this one is from. I can't see a name. The last 2 digits of your WhatsApp are 67, and the question is: Do indoor pets really need vaccinations and parasite protection?
This is an interesting one, because I'd like to cover the parasites. I can definitely say they can definitely get parasites even if they've never left the house, because my cats have not left the house and they have had worms. One of the reasons is, obviously, when you're a responsible cat owner and you don't let your cat out, or it's got an area where it can go out but it's safe, there is insects like slugs, snails, they can eat flies off the window, and all these insects, they can cause parasites. So even if they don't go out, yes, they definitely can get parasites. And you don't have to disparasitado as often, but I still would recommend it.
Yeah.
And as for the vaccinations, I'll pass this over to Nazli. She's the expert on that.
Well, one thing's for sure, if there is low risk for parasites, then there is no need to deworm every 3 months. It is obligatory to deworm your dog and cat every year against Echinococcus, and it is obligatory to vaccinate your dog and cat for rabies every year, whether they go in or out or whatever. Now, the risk of the other diseases, like the cat flu, the cat enteritis, the leukemia, does have very much to do with contact with other animals. But if I would go somewhere and these people have a cat, or I stroke a stray cat on the street, or some wind throws a virus on my clothes, I might bring it back.
If you've been walking in something and you walk in the house, something could be on your shoe.
Exactly.
And parvovirus, such a danger.
Panleukopenia, these are the things that we really need to
So the answer is yes, they still need doing.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, brilliant. How are we doing for time? I think we're okay. This one is for Elise. Ian in Mallorca. Is it true that some breeds are harder to rehome, or is that a myth? He's talking about dogs, obviously.
Hello, Ian. Yes, it's absolutely true. Some dogs are harder to rehome. I won't know where to start because the list is endless. Malinois, I find really, really tricky. I think I've spoken about this before. People have got them thinking they're trendy, they're so clever, they can do so many things. They scroll on Instagram and Facebook and, oh, wow, this is a cool dog to have. No, you need to give that dog so much work, and people give up on them. They end up back in the shelter, and they are so active. That's a very difficult dog to rehome. PPPs, unfortunately, as we've talked about before, your pit bulls, your Amstaffs, and they are so lovely. I'm a big cheerleader for PPP dogs. They're difficult to rehome because of the strength of the jaw, as we've discussed before.
And the paperwork.
To be honest, I don't think the paperwork is a biggie if you have got the right people helping you. We've managed to successfully rehome some lovely PPPs because they're serious adopters and they will do whatever it takes. They'll get their insurance, they'll get their criminal record check done, their health check certificate done, they'll get everything done. If you've got a good adopter, they will go to any length to get the dog that they want. And that's what we focus on, really, with AIMS, with the quality adopters and people who are really serious about adopting the right dog for the right family. But we do try and match families up well with animals. But, it's very irritating because you'll get people say, for example, I like the look of this dog. Does it bark a lot? It's a dog. Some dogs, bark more than others, but dogs bark, they speak, And then same with, is the dog, this is a pet hate of mine, pardon the pun, is the dog house trained? It's been in a shelter. Okay, so one thing I would like to quickly mention actually is we look for dedicated foster carers who are happy to do some work with a shelter dog, introduce them to things like being in a home, listening to the sound of a doorbell, conditioning them to things that they've perhaps never encountered before, being out in the campo, for example, or spending their life in a shelter, house training them. A lot of people don't want to put that work in. So, when people call us and say, oh, we'd like a dog, we would want it to be house trained, we want it to walk well on the leash, we want it not to react to this. Well, okay.
I'd like a
unrealistic, isn't it? Yeah.
It's super difficult. So, Ian, yes, there are, in terms of breeds, yes, I would say the ones I've mentioned are probably the hardest to rehome.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, PPP stands for peligroso.
Potencialmente perros peligrosos.
Okay, so it's what they class as dangerous dogs.
Potentially dangerous dogs, not dangerous dogs. Potentially. I like to stress that.
A lot of people often assume that they are dangerous. No, it's that they could be. Listen, many dogs could be potentially dangerous, many of which aren't many of which aren't in that category, by the way. Yes. But the reason why they're in that category is because the strength of their bite is much deadlier and harmful than, say, a bite from a Chihuahua or a Labrador, and so on.
And some of the rules are they have to be muzzled when they're out.
Have to be muzzled. Have to be on a leash, which is a short leash. You have to have your licence. You cannot have anybody, even if it's a friend who knows your dog, walking that dog. This has happened before to people. If you are walking somebody else's dog that falls into that category and you do not have a licence, not only do you get a fine, but the owner gets a fine as well. So it's really worth following the rules, and many people who are serious about this breed do.
Yeah.
And you're only allowed to walk one dog.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that rule. Okay, fair enough. I can understand that there must be strong dogs, the PPP dogs. Yeah.
But they can be super gentle and super intelligent and lovely. And because a dog is wearing a muzzle, I don't think people should be alarmed by that. They should be thankful. And, you know, many dogs don't mind wearing a muzzle. They're conditioned
as long as they're the right one.
Yes.
Which
my other pet hate. Making sure they've got the right muzzles, not the material ones that they can breathe.
Yes.
Is it the same? I don't know if any of you know the answer to this. Is it the same in the UK? Do they have PPP dogs?
Yes, there was a whole big thing about
the bullies,
this.
I suppose.
Wasn't that the bully?
The XL bully.
Bully XL.
They have to have an exemption. There was a deadline. This is a couple of years ago now. There was a deadline whereby you had to register your dog and have an exemption certificate to not have your put to... I was very irate about this because the government at the time were offering money to have your dog put to sleep.
It's just terrible.
Because they wanted to ban the breed. Absolutely appalling. And can I just stress... I think banning a breed never works because people go underground and they'll breed them illegally regardless, and they will always fall into the wrong hands. The best way forward for dogs like this is encouraging and stipulating responsible dog ownership with the relevant training and paperwork and understanding of what owning one of these dogs entails. And should go for all dogs.
They should take an example from Spain, really, because I think that it's really well organised here.
We still have to do this course online, remember? To be a dog owner. It still doesn't exist.
Nobody does it.
The one that they said that everyone needed to do.
Everyone needs to do it. This doesn't exist yet.
Are those rules? I remember 2 or 3 years ago you were saying about the new rules, and we still don't really know.
No.
Something to do with
but
not
then the other one on the 22nd of April, that was straight in on the same day.
Superseded it. Just one more question on both dogs and cats or other animals, Nasli, but are there many breeders over here like there are in the UK?
Illegal ones.
There
are many illegal.
There are legal ones also.
Even breeders, even non. I mean, it can be legal to breed, can't it? I don't necessarily agree with it, but there are.
And also in that law that we'll be talking about. Sorry.
Bless you.
There is a registro de criadores. So you have to register as a breeder,
like the Kennel Club,
which is like the Kennel Club.
Like the UK Kennel Club. So in the UK you have to be a registered breeder with the Kennel Club.
Yes, of course, I remember that from when I...
that is here also.
That's the same.
But there are too many illegal ones.
That's the trouble, and there are too many rescue dogs.
I can't blame people that get an accidental litter. I mean, it's a bit stupid that you haven't spayed your dog.
Exactly.
And you let it get pregnant, but okay, it happens. But those people that really do it for the money, no.
No, we don't salute you. Right, one final advert break and then we will be back.
Animal Talk, presented by Selina MacKenzie.
Is this a cockatiel?
It is a cockatiel.
It's the famous cockatiel.
Well,
I've seen it. I've seen it on Instagram.
Really, have you? Oh, that must be where she gets them all from. She's very clever, Anne Marie. Okie dokie. So, Elise, tell everybody where you're from. Not as in this is my name.
It's not blind date.
That's an interesting one. No, Elise Dunweber, AIM Sanctuary, www.aimsanctuary.org, Instagram and Facebook at AIM Sanctuary.
And the thing is with AIMS that I find good is there are lots of obviously animal rescue places out here, but you sort of look after them all.
We do. We have our own AIMS animals, and they're predominantly kept in a beautiful sanctuary just outside of Seville, and they are predominantly our special needs cases, ones that have been in shelters a long time, really struggling with health issues, behavioural issues, and they're in a sanctuary with lots of other animals. And then we look after the rescue centres across the coast, predominantly those without any government funding, which many of them don't have. So we look after them with medical help and support, food, adoptions, fostering, all sorts of things. So if you're a rescue and you're not on our books, do get in touch. We're happy to help.
Brilliant, great job.
Fantastic.
Nazli van den Kibu, I say that so well. Nazli van den Kibu.
So good.
I really am.
Okay, Point of Veterinary Clinic in Stepona. We're telephone number 952804165. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram also. We have a website. So contact us if you need us.
Yes, exactly.
Mine's nice and easy, Kay Millington. So I'm on Facebook. I'm Kay Millington. I'm a veterinary nurse. I do work at AAA Marbella. I also have my own rescue organisation, Rescue Paws Spain. And I'm also very active with helping street cats, with helping animals in general, wild animals, giving advice, baby pigeons. Basically anything that's got a beating heart.
You'll have all sorts of men calling in.
And I do get all sorts. But if you do want any advice or anything, the best way to contact me would be through my Facebook. And also I am on Instagram. K.Doolittle39. I'm not 39 anymore, unfortunately. But I also put a lot of nice videos on there of some of the rescues that I do. So if anyone would like to contact me, that would be the way. But I can also post something on our page, which is
Animal Talk by Selina. Thank you very much. That's another Facebook one. So that's almost it from us. Please give yourselves a round of applause and a treat for any nearby animals who are judging us right now.
Yay!
Oh, I'm going to give you one of these. There you go. Until next month for today's show, it's time for this.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye.
We will be indeed back with another show tomorrow. It's our Culinary Corner day, so we'll be making something delicious with Harrison Ward at 3:10. At 2:25, I'll be chatting to Dr. Mark Williamson about making life happier and better. And in the for the third interview, we'll be chatting to Scott Wiedensall about the return of the oyster catcher, saving birds to help the planet. Playing out with Al Stewart and Year of the Cat. Hannah is next. Have a great Tuesday afternoon.
On a morning from a Bogart movie, in a country where they turn back time, you go strolling through the crowd like Peter Laura contemplating a crime. She comes out of the sun in a silk dress, running like a watercolor in the rain. Don't bother asking for explanation, she'll just tell you that she came in the year of the cat. She doesn't give you time for questions as she locks up your arm in hers, and you follow till your sense of which direction completely disappears. By the blue tiled walls near the market stalls, there's a hidden door she leads you to. These days, she says, I feel my life just like a river running through the year of the cat. While she looks at you so coolly, and her eyes shine like the moon and the sea, she comes in incense and patchouli. So you take her to find what's waiting inside the year of the cat. And you're still with her, and the bus and the tourists are gone, and you've thrown away your choice and lost your ticket, so you have to stay on. But the drumbeat strains of the night remain, and the rhythm of the newborn day. You know, sometime you're bound to leave her, but for now you're gonna stay in the year of the cat. Year of the cat.
You've been listening to a TRE production. If you've enjoyed this programme, there'll be another episode waiting for you next week, right here on this platform, where you can also access our extensive back catalogue of shows and interviews. For more information on our live programming, social media channels and apps, and how to contact Talk Radio Europe, please visit tre.radio.